Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman. You're watching us live on the Texas Golf Insider Network. Dave Roberts is going to be joining us here right after the break. Hey, listen, before we get to the guest list, man, you got to check this out. How to win a year's supply of Pro V1 golf balls. All you have to do is go to the TexasGolfInsider.com. That's the TexasGolfInsider.com. Sign up now. Not only that, then you'll get a free subscription for 2024 of the Texas Golf Insider digital magazine as well. And so you can't win if you don't go to the TexasGolfInsider.com. That's a sleeve of golf balls every week, 52 weeks, all next year. Don't pass it up. Hey, listen, our guest tonight, our very own Steve Habel. He's our writer for the Texas Golf Insider. He's going to be reporting on his visit from Chambers Creek in Willis, Texas. Took a ride with him. We'll talk all about it. And Lee Smith, he's the regional manager for Edwin Watts. Folks, if you're still looking for a Christmas gift for that golfer in your life, he has a great list coming up. And plus, they have a huge spread in the Texas Golf Insider. You can get that at any golf course or even online at the TexasGolfInsider.com. And listen, question of the day. If you want to chime in right now, does Jon Rahm validate the LIV Tour? Does he really validate? When you take a look at all the players that the PGA lost, we'll ask our very own PGA guy, Dave Roberts, when we return right after the break. Folks, we'll take your comments. You know the old deal? It's Golf After Hours, man. Go grab yourself a cold and come on back and join in. On the other line with us, he's back in town. He's in San Antonio. That's kind of a rare occasion. You usually were catching him in London, Italy, or Japan, and he's been taking our show on the road, which has been very cool this year. It's never been done before for a local podcast. So, and folks, listen, you're gonna have to excuse me. There might be a little something in the air, but I got the going on here. Yeah, kind of like that. Hey, Dave. A lot of big talk. Hey, first of all, did I call Jon Rahm was going to tell everybody on Thursday that he is done with the PGA? You know how many text messages I got and how many people contacted me, Ratch, you knocked it out of the ballpark. I don't get to do that very often, but called it. Jon Rahm. I mean, the big deal is everybody knows now he got what, maybe $600 million, maybe not quite that much, but pretty damn close. Does it validate the LIV Tour? I mean, no. They really
no. It just adds another feather, but it doesn't validate it. I mean, still, it's a oversized men's golf association wearing shorts, shotgun shot start. Let's go back to the biggest one before him, Cameron Smith. What has happened to him? Have we heard anything from him since then? No. His mustache and his mullet has got a little longer in his bank account, but we really hadn't heard any noise. He didn't do anything in the majors after he signed. So, you know what? All that does is show you what the real thing is, that the LIV Tour, and I'll be careful because I know how meta is. The LIV Tour doesn't want to show a profit, and they're out there to sports wash the place, and that's what it is. Am I glad for the guy? Yeah, that's generational wealth. Okay, everybody'd love to have it, but does it do anything for his golf and legacy? No, but it does open the door for a few more people that were on the borderline that can now go to the Masters and other places and start their legacy on the PGA Tour.
Well, Dave, here's the problem I have, because first of all, we know everybody hates Norman. Okay, I get that. I'm not a big Norman fan either, but he's never done anything to me other than that, he's he's doing a very good job splitting up the PGA. And, my biggest deal that I have with it is that, you know, we he's already received 12 other phone calls from some very prominent PGA tour guys.
Yeah.
And he says he's in conversation with them now. But, I think that the big reason is, Dave, is there's no transparency with the PGA Tour. They really haven't come out and said anything about this big close and December 31st. So I don't think they did a very good job. As a matter of fact, 21 PGA players hired a law firm to represent them to bring the papers out. They want to start making some decisions. If they don't, Dave, I think there's going to be a lot of people jumping to the LIV because they got a lot of
Well,
money.
think about what you just said. You said that 21 PGA guys hired a law firm to uncover the papers about the PGA merging with the LIV, and if they get pissed off, they're going to join the LIV.
No. They're not.
They're going to be in the LIV because that's what it's all about, to be that public company to make profit. It's a merger between the LIV and the PGA.
Well, you know what I think it is?
It's going to be a LIV. That's what it's going to be, and Norman's going to be happy. But you know what? If I was a players right now, and this is seriously, I would start my own tour. You got enough.
It's not like. It's not like a new thing when it comes to money. Okay, it started with Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. They got show money. Even if they didn't win, they wanted a bigger piece of the pot because they were the same deal. Hey, PGA did it to the European Tour, and the European Tour did it to the Australian Tour. Everybody's stealing from each other, but this is a big deal. You just came after the PGA. And when you come after the PGA, and folks, listen, I'd like to, hear your comments if you're watching here. That doesn't validate the LIV Tour.
What channel TV do I catch the LIV Tour on?
Well, and again, you got that. But I'm talking about the point that's coming. The big deal is coming. But if
you can sign more players all you want, and as they get their riches and go in and nominate Patrick Reed, Captain America, do we hear from him anymore? I could go on and name these people, but when you got the one guy who can't make it on the PGA Tour as your leading money winner on the LIV Tour, what's happened to Dustin Johnson, the next great thing, right? You don't hear about him when they go over, except the blurb that you get on the Golf Channel, or you get something where they're crying because even though the rules say something, they want the rules bent so they can have, look, you ask for the money, you got it. Go play in your 12 events, shotgun start, and let the PGA Tour go on about its business. Now, do we need to get rid of Monahan? I totally agree. I would agree. The guy has not been transparent. They need to get some people up there, but that will tell them what's going on. But you know what? There's enough corporate sponsors in America and around the world that the PGA Tour and the DP Tour will be.
I tell you what, buddy, they're dropping already. Look what happened to Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo said they're done. They're done. And that was the signature event. That's a $20 million purse.
Right, because $20 million, most of that's coming out of their pocket, where the LIV Tour, nothing is coming out of a sponsor's pocket.
You exactly right.
So pocket. There's a difference. Okay. So like saying that, no, this is like you and Warren Buffett hosting a golf tournament. The Texas Golf Insider has to pay all this to host this tournament, and it's millions of dollars just to get it ready and go. Where Warren Buffett could just pay it out of his pocket, right? You can't pay that out of your pocket. So you got to get additional sponsors. Hey, if Wells Fargo drops, it's not the first time a big sponsor dropped.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a biggie. This is when Wells Fargo, they're going to be in it for 2024.
If it's such a doomsday, right? Doomsday, why don't we just close the PGA Tour up and everybody just go overseas and play LIV?
Dave, don't be surprised if that happens. You got 21 players that are already happen. 21 players that have already hired an attorney, 12 players that are already in touch with Norman. Come on, man. When you know who the next guy is in line. First of all, they say that Tony Fina.
It's not Tony Finau, guys.
Yes, that's what Rahm said. Rahm said the same thing. I'm not buying it. With enough money, Tony's going. And the next big guy's going is Rory McIlroy. If you think First of all, he jumps off the board. He's no longer on that. And GTL, he's no longer involved with that. You're going to see him go away. You know why? Because John Rahm and him are pretty good buddies, and they have been talking. So if you don't think if he goes, their sponsors are gone. Sponsors are going to go. Nobody's watching this.
Well, all I know is there's a lot of money being paid out by the Saudis not to be seen anywhere
no doubt.
unless you show up in person. That is
no
not a
doubt.
business model. And see, that's why these lawsuits with the antitrust and all the other stuff, but the Saudis want to use their special rules that they don't have to show it. See, so the PGA Tour is at a disadvantage. And
whose fault is that?
It's the United States of America's fault for letting people have special clemency when they come into our borders and stuff. That's what it is, because the Saudis say, I don't have to show you anything, but I can go in there and buy up everything, and I can go buy all the sports people and do this, but I don't have to show you my records, which if you tried that in America saying, hey, I'm going to do the same thing.
Well, those court cases still ain't over yet. I mean, first of all, they have to make sure, that it's not a conglomerate of golf that's owned by one entity. I don't think that can really happen to be a monopoly. I just don't see that. But
in America, that's America's rules. But overseas, they don't have that rule.
Well, if you play the game here, if you play the game here, you got to play by the rules. If you're going to play the game, you got to show. They're showing their cards. I mean, that doesn't mean that they're not going to have to show their records. When it goes to court, which it will, then all these numbers have to show up. I'm just saying, Dave, when you got 21 players that got together with an attorney, and then you got 12 that are already contacting Norman. And then you got a Monahan who screwed this whole thing up. Here's guys making $18.6 million a year for screwing up probably one of the best sports on the planet. And he's the guy who's making the money. So why, if you're a player and you're looking at it and say, that some gun is making $18 million a year. I'm not making that, and I'm playing on the tour. I'm not making that kind of money.
I'm also saying it's not going to be a guarantee, because look at how many people who have been chopped off the LIV Tour and have nowhere to go.
But they got their money. They got their money up front.
Not all of it. Not all of it.
Well, but they got millions up front to come on over. Now, are they going to be set for life? Yes. Are they going to be able to play on tour? Sooner or later, they will be back, because the PGA.
You for commissioner, you got all the answers. I mean, come on, Ratch. I mean, it's like,
what's going to happen? All those players that went to the LIV and got cut, they're going to be coming back to the PGA, and PGA is going to take them.
Yeah, and they're going to be heavily fined. So yes,
I don't know about that one, but it'll be interesting.
Well, the warfare is so strong right now. Okay, that. You know what? John Rahm was nobody before he became John Rahm. He had to win some things. So now you got these up-and-coming players, and there's a lot of good up-and-coming players. So when one leaves, the other one goes. Hey, it might not be the most elite tour in the world.
Let me tell you this. By John Rahm leaving, you said there's other opportunities. By John Rahm leaving, Mackenzie Hughes and Carl Yang, not quite household names, not even close. But they're taking, because of the suspension, those two spots came available. So you're trading off two guys for John Rahm that don't even play into the top 20.
Did you know who Collin Morikawa was before he actually won something? You really didn't, because nobody did. But then he won something. See, so there's opportunity out there for those players. Then we got some. I mean, we'll wait and see. But it is what it is.
I think it's going to be
that no morals and a big bank account can win.
And it's all about the money, Dave. It always has been, and it always will be. Mark my word, McIlroy's on the list.
Let him go.
I don't want to see him go, but if he does, it's not going to be a pretty sight. It is not going to be
For who? How many weeks are in a year?
Hey, Jack,
15.
Dave,
How
if
many
you
you think?
lose him, you know how many sponsors are going to drop?
I don't know. I don't
I
run the
think
business.
just with Rom leaving, and this is a signature event, and say, okay, no more. Well, we're not going to put up those are eyeballs we're not going to get. And now I
They're
don't know
still
what.
not going to get them because they're not over at the Live.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, you're
Rob
going to
is
put.
going to go just like
But,
Dustin Johnson, Cameron Smith, and all the rest of them. They're going to go play in obscurity, and they're going to be blurbs on a golf channel and on a paper. Will they be richer than hell? Yes, they will. Are they making a dent into the PGA Tour? Yes, they will. But they're also creating opportunities because you got to look at both sides. You know, John Rahm and Cameron Smith were not household names before they started winning things. You know how they win things? They got onto the PGA Tour and started winning things. So now you got people who are going to go up. Are they stars today? No. There was only one or two of those guys called Tiger and Jack that were stars before they were stars. Tom Watson
well,
was
I
a
can
star.
tell you this. I think you. So you don't think the PGA is in trouble?
No, they
Okay,
might be
I
dented,
disagree
but
with
you know
you.
what? That's like you hitting a deer. Your car's still going to work, buddy. You just got to find ways to work around it. And there are ways to work around it because the PGA Tour is just not little mom and pop, and it's not like a Walmart coming in and killing it. Okay, they're bigger than you think they are. They're having to show how big they are now, where they didn't in the past, and there's trouble in the leadership. So if you get rid of the leadership and get somebody up there who's worthwhile or worth a damn, because we can say it, then the direction will change.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch. It gives us a lot to talk about, Gravy. Gives us a
Yeah.
whole lot to talk about. And I'm on the side of the PGA. I've only
Hey,
watched one live tour.
again,
I've watched a lot of
what
PGA.
channel? What channel was the lift tour on?
Well, it's coming.
Oh,
It's coming, dude. You know it is. If they
it
got
is.
enough money to make that happen, and
They'll
all
buy
they
their
have
own
to do,
TV station. They're going to be like Ted Turner.
they're
Gonna
going
be
to
called
put
the
that.
Live
They're going to
Station.
put the live tour together, and when they bring it out of the box, we're going to watch it.
It's already out of the box. It's a
No, not yet.
48 players with shorts and live music. That's
No,
all
not
it is.
not yet. It's still not out of the box. It's coming though. Hey, listen, good conversation, man. I always like to have a heated conversation like that because we're pretty passionate about our game, and I just think Monahan screwed the whole thing up. But here's where we're at. We'll keep you guys posted every week whenever we get something like this. When McElroy goes down, Dave and I are going to have a serious talk. Hey, folks, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to catch up with Steve Hable. Took a little trip with him this last week, and we're going to talk all about it. If you haven't already had yourself a colon, go get it now. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Old friend, our hearts know you. You welcome us with open arms. Your stories are our favorites to retell. And you love surprising us with new ones. Our family treasures these moments with you. And your sugar white sand.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience in 2023? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy the golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman, Dave Roberts, and a special guest. Him and I were on the road this week. He writes for the Texas Golf Insider, Steve Hable. What's going on, Stevie?
Hey, Mike and Dave, thanks for having me on as always. This is a party time, and I expect to have a party experience.
I see you've been tipping some margaritas this evening.
Yes, me and my significant other here went up the road to and had a couple of margaritas, frozen ones that are like, there's a place in Georgetown called El Monumento that has a frozen margarita that they basically put all the mix in, all the good stuff, and then they throw like a snow cone on top of it and make it a frozen margarita. It's amazing. I highly recommend.
Well, you look like you're having fun doing it.
I'm having a blast.
Hey, listen, before we get on to the trip, I got to get this out about Rocking J Ranch, okay?
Okay.
Hey, folks, listen, if you're thinking about building a house, or if you're thinking about a second home, I can't think of any other place in Central Texas. And that's where everybody's coming to now, and that's Rocking J Ranch. Not only does Rocking J Ranch have a gated community as well, but they also got a premier golf course, Valor Creek Golf Club. It is in the top 15 in the state. Matter of fact, I think it might even be in the top 10 now of semi-private golf courses to go play. But if you're thinking about building a house, man, take the tour. I think you'll really enjoy it. You can call them at 830-833-2266. That's their number that you can call to take the tour. Now, if you take the tour, whether you buy or not, they're going to give you a coupon. I'm going to give you a coupon, and you can go get 2 free rounds of golf to go play Valor Creek. Saturday, Sunday, holidays, doesn't make any difference. The coupon is what you're going to need. And the only way you're going to get that through Texas Golf Insider. You can get it online, texasgolfinsider.com. You can pick up the magazine, tear it out there, but you got to have that to get the 2 rounds of golf. That's Rocking J Ranch in Blanco, Texas. Phone number is 830-833-2266. You won't be disappointed, that's for sure. Stevie and
I love coupons. Do you like coupons, Steve?
I do love coupons, especially for 15 cents off something that cost me $1.
Yeah, I love coupons.
Hey, Stevie, you and I had a chance to drive about 3 hours. Oh, hey, listen, do we got to get any shout outs you got to give, Dave?
Yeah, we want to give a shout out to Jennifer Roberts. Her birthday is next Tuesday. That is my significant other. So happy birthday to her. She is now officially an adult. Want to thank Baron Jacobson. He's talking about how awesome the show is. And
nice.
Alan Johanningmeyer, he's on my side talking about, you know what, he's a sellout, John Rahm is, but you know what? You should play 4 rounds, not 3. That way you don't get tired out carrying all that money. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to carry his money. That's all I can say. I mean, it's no further than that. Hey,
yeah, you can carry his money. You know what they say about money carrying? You got to have a big wallet, baby, to have that.
I tell you what, I wouldn't mind having a big wallet.
Got
a big one. Real quick before we get to our trip, Steve, is having John Rahm go over to the LIV Tour kind of validate the LIV Tour a little bit?
I don't think that the LIV Tour needed validation at all. I think they've got some pretty good players over there before John Rahm. But you know, I did notice today in the news of golf that the LIV Tour, if you remember, LIV means 54, that they are considering going to a 72-hole tournament.
I know there's chatter.
I know that the chatter of that, and that would probably be better for us as, you know, people who follow the tour and really think that 72 holes makes a difference.
Let's face it, Thursday's a dead day. Nobody's out there, nobody's watching. You know, it really is. Does it really? You need a Thursday? I'm not sure.
You know, I'm going to run this past you, and it's something that you and I haven't talked about, or Dave and I haven't talked about. But why doesn't the LIV Tour or any of the other smaller tours like the LPGA Tour or the PGA Tour Champions run on a Monday through Wednesday schedule? I mean, that way they have golf all to themselves. I mean, let's have golf all 7 days a week that are tournament golf and not have to worry about everybody piling up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What do you think about that, Dave? I see you smirking.
I actually like that because, when we play our PGA events, like section events, it's a Monday, Tuesday gig, right?
Right.
And there's not a lot going on, after Monday Night Football, which is only 16 weeks. I mean, could you imagine having the West Coast swing on those nights? I mean, that
Yeah.
would be kind of cool. And then, just have the Hump Day Classic. I mean, there's a lot of marketing things that could go out there, but I like that idea. And then we get to enjoy it on the weekends instead of watching golf, because we always check our phones out while we're playing golf just to see
Right.
who's winning the scores. I mean, heck, that's how I did my league last year with Ratchman, the one and dones, man. I just kind of looked at my phone while I was playing golf, and but Monday too, yeah, that's good, because the Waltons aren't anymore, and we're
No,
over.
the Waltons aren't on anymore, Dave. I know that you can watch them on reruns, but they're not on anymore.
I prefer not to get. I don't want anybody get involved with my football, my NFL football. They shouldn't even have a second season. Shouldn't even have a second season.
Especially in months where you don't have Major League Baseball. I mean, why can't, and during the daytime? I mean, or if it's a West Coast like you're talking about, starting, with the broadcast at 4:00 or 4:30 in the afternoon, especially somebody like the Champions Tour. I mean, you got that. You'll have basically undivided attention for that tour. I mean, they deserve that, especially with Tiger getting close to 50, and he's talking about playing in the Champions Tour.
I can't picture him doing that.
Yeah, but Ratchman, think about this. If you put the PGA Tour in the early week, we got time for Sexy Lexi and the rest of those on the LPGA, and maybe they will grow their.
What are you guys drinking? I want whatever you guys are on.
Whatever you want us to drink, Mike. I'm just saying that we talked about this a year ago or a year and a half ago when Live Tour was coming up. I'm all for more televised golf. I mean, let's have more televised golf.
I tell you what, I am not. I am not. I don't want them to get. I hate their second season. It messes up college football. It messes up my NFL.
Right. You are now talking about what we're talking about. It messes up college. It messes up the NFL. So if you have it Monday,
you ain't going to catch me watching golf Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Well, you're not watching it on the weekends.
You have to watch Golden Girls.
Well, I don't watch very much television at all.
But when it comes to sports, a couple weeks ago, you know what I'm
saying? All right. Well, let's get to what we really came here to talk about. We were in Willis, Texas, this last week, and we were up at Chambers Creek Community. It's a community that has a golf course. It's the way they're selling and marketing that. And so we got to tour from Herb Lipsman, and pretty interesting, Steve. I mean, first of all, you and I had a great trip up there. We got really caught up on a lot of our golf stuff and some of the articles that we're going to be doing. But and it looks like we're going to be doing a few things with Chambers Creek. So that's kind of cool. And I think we'll know something here in the next couple of weeks. Tom Lehman's going to be out here talking about the course he built there. Okay. Hey, let's first talk about the golf course, and then we'll wrap it around the community. What was your thought on playing Tom Lehman's 9-hole golf course that they have out there?
Okay, I think that you and I both agree that the course was infinitely playable, Mike.
Yep.
Super wide corridors as far as driving and stuff like that. And when, the funny thing is with this, when Ratch and I go on one of these trips to a golf course, he's all schmoozy and talking about how great the community looks and all the amenities and stuff. And I'm looking at the golf course. I'm looking at how I'm going to attack the golf course. Literally, the funny thing is, David, I'm in the back seat and I'm asking her, well, I'm going to take this shot over this bunker on the right side, or I'm going to take this right at this, or I'm going to go with this. And it's like, this is how I'm going to attack the golf course. And so we're a good 1-2 punch with that. But, we drove around the golf course first and noticed there's only 7 sand bunkers on the whole course there. And so they didn't waste a lot of time with that.
So, Mike, you're safe.
But yeah. I'm safe.
Well, hey, listen, I got in one.
He got it in one, by the way. One of the 7, and I did too the second time around. But
okay, go ahead.
but there's once you get on the course, you can drive it and you can spray it a little bit. I mean, you could be a little bit off the fairway, but it was all a second shot course, and you had to be positioned on the greens. The greens were huge, and the greens were lightning quick. I mean, they're new,
Yes.
so they're obviously they're going to be lightning quick. But there was a time, Dave, that I had it was a a drivable par four, and I was pin high, off the tee, and I had a pitch, maybe a 30-yard pitch that I hit into the fringe that almost died in the fringe, and once it got to the green, it rolled 20 feet past.
Wow, that's slicker than a
Yeah.
pickpocket. Let me tell you right there, man.
And you can ask Ratch about this. It's like, man, it was like, how in the hell did that ball go so far past? But of course, we'll have some maturity about that stuff. But really, really a fun course. I mean, all the people that we ran into on the course that were members there, there's only about 85 or so that have home sites so far. We're talking about how the course was challenging and how they enjoyed playing the golf course and what they've done there. So yeah, I think that's a little gold mine out there. It's about 20 minutes north of the Woodlands, maybe 25 or 20 more past that to the airport if you're thinking about that, in Houston up 45. So yeah, they've got a lot of good stuff going on there.
Well, you answered my question. I was going to ask you, because the different tee boxes, is it playable from all tees, but challenging for someone like me who has to go to the back tees?
Yes, and I can tell you, I can give you a great example of that, Dave. Number 8 is a par 4 that's about 330 from the back tees, and it is all over water, and it has a green that basically slants away from you. I mean, it's like there's no collection there. Like if you're hitting a driver off of that, you have to carry it. If you were to carry it all the way to the green, there was no way to literally. I mean, it's maybe 10 yards deep, and not even that. And it's built for the course to go out to the right side and away from the water. But I was playing from the second set of tees, being an old man like I am, and so I took a shot at the green with the first ball, and I pulled it into the fairway, and then hit a wedge in there, maybe about 10 or 15 feet when it ratched.
Yeah.
And then I hit another ball, and I hit it way left. But I mean, it's reachable from just about anything. Like your shot, you could reach it. So yeah, backing up. It's a little more golf course for people who really want that. And then, they have 4 sets of tees up there, and the last one is their gold tees. They don't specify it as the ladies' tees. So, and what's cool about this golf course is that every hole is set up to where it can play as a par 3 as well. So there's a tee box off the fairway that has artificial grass that has a tee that you can play as a par 3.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, I thought that was kind of cool. So if you want to do a par 3 contest,
right,
they're already set up to do that.
Right.
And I thought Tom Lehman did a great job thinking that one out. And he knew the people. He knew the people as a 55 plus community. So he knew that, hey, listen, some people just want to come out and play a couple 3 holes if they want to.
Right.
And he set it up really nice. I thought, Steve, the whole layout was really nice. It's a linksy type course.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. It's wide open. It's a link style course, and that's I don't know, Dave, if you've been in your far-flung travels to Nebraska, but if you've been out to Western Nebraska and played some of Lehman's courses out there, the Prairie Club, he's developed and I played that maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and it's one of those places where you literally have fairways that are 100 yards wide. And
the reason I asked this question, because you're leading into this, is because over 3.5 million women who played golf for the first time this last year.
Mm-hmm.
We all get caught up in championship course, back from the tees,
right,
and stuff like that. But ladies want playability. They just want to go play 9. And then you said, like, at the 150 market, they just want to go out and have fun. They're not all wrapped up into this championship glory. And what you're describing here is good for people like me.
Right.
But let's say someone wants to go out and play, who's a lady who's about a 36 handicap, left-handed, who hits it sideways. She can go have fun as well.
Right. Well, now tell me if I'm wrong about this, Mike, but if I remember, there's only one hole on the course. I think it might have been 6 or 7, the par 3, which was a carryover water. I mean, the rest of it was open, so you had open run-ups to the place for the ladies.
But here's what And again, folks, if you're chiming in and listening to this, if you're looking for a 55 plus community, you got to check it out. But if you think you can take this course to its knees, think again. I mean, you pick your poison out there.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, because if you're playing from the tips, Steve, it's all you can handle. I mean, it can be a lengthy golf course.
And the real characteristic of the course, Dave and Mike, is it was a, and Mike, is the subtleties of the course around the greens, around the shots that you had to hit, especially second shots for positioning, and then if you missed and you had to pitch, it was very difficult. And I think that will get a little bit better as the greens mature. But you had to be on the right side of the hole, and then you had to know how to hit it into the hole to actually get a shot at it. There was one hole out there, it's the longest par 4, it's maybe 450 from the backs, and I hit a smoke driver and I hit a 5-iron. Was it maybe 6 feet behind the hole, Mike? Maybe
behind it.
And I missed the putt. I just missed the putt. It just moved away. It's
You're so excited about the first 2 shots,
Well, that's exactly right, Dave.
Yeah, you get up around the green. Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point, Steve. You get up around the green and you think you got it made. There's a little chip and putt that goes along with that. And like you're saying, it still has some maturity to go. But we're going to get you back on again, Steve. I think we're looking at January 24th with Mr. Caldwell coming on and Tom Lehman to talk a little bit about their property. But we're up against the clock here, buddy. We're going to have to let it stand here. And want to thank you for coming on tonight. I know we took you away from a bunch of margaritas. Go back and get another one.
Well, no, actually, what you've taken me away from is that I'm going to turn around and I'm going to cover the San Antonio Spurs, trying to avoid their 18th consecutive loss. Thank you so much for taking me away from
I don't watch them anymore. I said as soon as Pop's out of there, I'll pick up the Spurs back up again. I think he outlived his stay. But I think he's still going to be there for a couple of years, Steve.
I think he signed a contract with the Live. I mean, he just got a whole bunch of time to hang around. So, you know what I'm saying? And produce no product. So, yeah.
Listen, thanks for having me on, guys. And let's talk again soon, okay?
Always good catching up with you, Stevie.
We'll talk.
We'll do it again.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hey, folks, let's take a real quick break. And if you want to go shopping for that golfer in your life, we got the guy coming on right after Lee Smith with Edwin Watts. He's going to give you some ideas of some of the specials that are running. They got a great spread in the Texas Golf Insider. You can get it on our website, or you can pick it up in the magazine. They got a ton of stuff that you might want to stick around for. Golf After Hours, don't go away. Grab yourself a cola. Come on back.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comal River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Titleist T-Series irons, which combine exceptional feel, more consistency, and precise control. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman. Dave Roberts, and we have a special guest that's joining us, especially this right around perfect time, Christmas shopping. And if you have a golfer in your life, Mr. Smith here is the regional manager at Edwin Watts, and he's here to tell us all about the specials that are going on. Lee, welcome to the show, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Glad to be here. See you and Dave before Christmas.
Yeah, well, likewise. I'm glad you could pull it off because I know this is the time of the year you guys are really, really banking it. Everybody's busy.
Starting to get busier every day.
Yeah. Well, I know you got some specials that you got going on down there. Well, actually, in all of the state of Texas, you got some specials that are running. You got 5 stores here. Am I right on that?
Yes, you are. And yes, we do have got a lot of good things going for Christmas. I couldn't go into all of them, but there's been recent price reductions on Callaway Paradigm woods, TaylorMade Stealth woods, Titleist Vokey wedges. On the club side, that's 3 of the better ones. And then things like the Bushnell Wingman, which is the GPS speaker that has become so popular. It'll audibly tell you your yardages, play your music at the same time. Those are on sale all the way down to $119.99, and those are a great gift if somebody doesn't already have one. And golf balls, Strixon golf balls, all of the Strixon balls, we're doing a deal where you buy 2 dozen and you get a dozen free. So that's a good value also. And we do extended hours through Christmas. So it'll be open an extra hour in almost all locations so people can get there a little easier after work or if they're out doing their shopping in the evening.
Well, Lee, the pandemic brought a lot of different people back to the game. I was just mentioning in the last segment, over 3.5 million ladies played golf for the first time last year. How is the ladies the market in the stores? Is it gaining traction? Is it getting bigger? Are they taking up more real estate now that they're very active in a game that for a long time it was just kind of nil for them?
Yeah. We did see an awful lot of ladies, as you said, take to golf during the pandemic and a lot of just new golfers in general. But we saw a big uptick in like ladies starter and package sets, which is typically what somebody getting into the game will purchase. And most of the the numbers show and the statistics show that we're retaining a lot of those people, or the game of golf is retaining a lot of those people. So that's really good. And we do see more ladies in the store now. Some of them are, very active players. Some of them are still occasional, but there are definitely more playing.
Well, we're seeing an uptick too, even in the viewership that we have for our podcast. Dave and I were looking at that, and it has gone up considerably, and which is going to make us want to lead toward more interviews with ladies, right, PGA golfers. And we have Joe Valentino, who's working with the LPGA both in Houston and in the DFW area. So it's really picking up in the state of Texas.
Mhm.
And, you know, just like we were talking to Lee, I don't think this is going to go away like it did before. This is all those guys and ladies that gave up the game a long time ago.
Yes.
They all came back and they're solid now. I
Yeah.
mean, they are really solid back into the game.
Yeah, I agree. We're seeing the same thing.
Well, question for you. I know that buying a set of clubs, you know, we do because we're on that level, is just not picking something off the shelf. During the holiday season, do you see a lot of offerings for maybe a gift card for a club fitting, then get the clubs? Or how does that work this time of year in the retail sector?
Well, we see we do a lot of fitting, but if somebody's buying a gift of golf clubs, it makes it you know, a little more challenging for that person buying. But yes, we do offer fittings. Sometimes people will buy a driver and give it to their recipient, whoever it is on their gift list, and then they bring it in after they receive it and get it tuned in or fitted to them with the adjustments or shaft changes, whatever might be necessary. But you know, we welcome the opportunity to fit people anytime we can, and we have a large inventory, so we'll have a lot of things in stock. But if we don't have what they need in stock, we custom order things for people all the time, and most of the delivery times are pretty reasonable now. I mean, we're seeing some custom sets of irons show up in 8 or 10 days right now for people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big
So-
turnaround from about a year ago.
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
During the pandemic, it was tough because there were supply shortages and just overall slow delivery times. But all the manufacturers, I give them a lot of credit. They've really worked hard to get back on track. And most sets of clubs, if we're ordering a custom set of irons, most times, you know, a couple weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks on the top end, but we are seeing some of the major manufacturers, like I said, under 2 weeks on delivery right now, which is great.
Hey, Lee, you know, I'm looking, you guys got a really nice spread in the Texas Golf Insider golf balls you
Mhm.
have. Some
Right.
of the bags, you know, some of the bags
Yeah.
that you have as well. You know, but one thing that kind of caught my eye, and you know, I'm seeing more people doing this than ever before, and I think there's some of the people that have come back to the game too as well. But you have a push cart. You know, you sell some push carts,
Oh,
and I
yes.
was still wondering, is that still a moving product? Because I am starting to see more people walking
Yes.
on the golf course now.
Well, existing golfers as well as a lot of the new golfers, some of them took to golf partly because of the exercise. So, you know, with that in mind, you know, they like to walk, but push carts are still super popular. And I own one myself, and I enjoy walking when I play.
Same here.
Of course, during the middle of the summer, sometimes, you know, it's a little too hot to walk 18, but late in the day or 9 holes or what have you, the push carts they have today are so good and have a lot of features and easy to use. They fold up pretty compact and are really just good products from a number of companies. And we do stock a lot of them in all of
You
our
know,
stores.
one thing I was going to ask you to tell you too, I think everybody plays a little bit better because they stay loose when they're walking as well.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts. I really don't. And, you know, you get, you know, to me, you get just a little better feel for the golf course when you're walking. And,
Yep.
but I do ride also, or a lot of people kind of split their time depending. I know people who will walk 9 with a push cart and then ride the back 9. But I tell you, some of the healthiest people I know spend a lot of time walking on the golf course. And, you know, my goal is to be like them.
Exactly. Hey, you know, and having
That's
a
awesome.
stocking stuffer is not a bad deal to come get a gift card.
Yeah,
You know,
gift
I mean, if
cards
you-
are always a good fit, and they never expire. You can get them in any amount you need. So that's always a good choice. And we have a lot of small gift items that most people would use, down to a sleeve of balls or a glove or divot tools, ball markers from their favorite teams, all kinds of things. We have a lot of small gift items. So we welcome the opportunity to help any person that's looking for a golf gift. And, our return policy is very user friendly. So we want to make sure they, buy without fear of getting the wrong thing or the wrong size, because whoever gets it, we're going to help them make sure that they get something that suits them.
And folks, if you're wondering what he was just saying, I'll give it to you very easy. It's been their motto for years. 90-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
That's right.
Boy,
You
did you pay him to do that one?
No, but he's good at it.
Hey, Lee, one thing, and again, what really got me on the pricing, you have this Wingman.
Mhm.
This GPS, the Wingman is very cool, and it was maybe 175 or maybe $200 at one time.
It was $199 originally, and it's been out for a little while, and they do have a new version of it. But as time has gone by and the new version came out, the original is still a great unit, but the price has got very good on it. So, just not quite half of what it was when it first hit the market. And it's a great unit and a great speaker. So I know several people that have gotten them, and they just love them.
Yep.
And we also have all the other range finders too. But
he loves it because it talks to him where he's at. And Ratchman, don't worry, it doesn't have a tracker on it, so it'll give you yardage. It just won't say you're in the woods. Okay.
Yeah.
It just tells you you're 114. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry.
Hey, Lee, listen, if some people can't get to the store, I know I've been online. You guys got a heck of a website.
Mhm.
I mean, folks, if you can't get to the store, and I know some people can't, what's a good website that they can go to where they can take a look at all the products that are available?
Well, they can go to just www.edwinwatts.com or worldwidegolf.com, which is our parent company. And, right now we're still, 12 days away from Christmas, pretty much. Next weekend, of course, there won't be any movement. It'll be too late then. But right now, if somebody orders, they should be able to get their items delivered without any trouble by the middle to end of next week, depending on where they are. But, it's still doable to order now and receive things in time.
Well, folks, if you're not buying your Christmas gifts for that golfer from Edwin Watts,
You're stupid. You are.
Yes, you are. You got to buy
you
your
log on the
product.
website and you get a coupon for 15%. How great is that?
There are some coupons on there that are good deals, and there's a lot of sale product and a couple other examples, things I didn't mention yet, but we're doing like 25% off all Nike golf bags.
Wow.
We have a ton of sale golf shoes right now. So if somebody needs a new pair of shoes in store or online, there's a lot of great deals on shoes. So, we do have a lot going on right now, and we're fully stocked and ready to go, and, happy to help people in any way we can.
And you got 5 locations throughout the state of Texas, folks. And I'm telling you, I've been in several of the stores now. And it's nice to have all the products on the shelf again, isn't it, Lee? I mean, there was a while that you guys couldn't get all the product that you needed.
Yeah.
And now that everything is full bore, I mean,
Mhm.
you guys seem to be doing very well.
Yeah. During the pandemic, it was a challenge, but we fared better than most in keeping things in stock. But it was tough for everybody in a lot of industries, and golf certainly felt its strains too, just getting product and having enough. As the demand was going up with these new golfers that Dave mentioned coming to the game, getting products, and the supply chain, so to speak, which we all know about, was challenged. But now, I mean, we are fully loaded. We've got more inventory, I think, than we've ever had.
Well, I'm going to be down at your place here sometime next week. I've got a couple items I have to pick up for
Good.
a few friends of mine as well. And I hope to see you real soon. We're up against the clock here, Lee. But I want to thank you for taking time out. I know how busy you guys are in the retail side of it. So I appreciate you taking some time out to come on and talk to a lot of people that watch this, give them some gift ideas.
Yeah, well, always glad to enjoy being on the show with you guys, and looking forward to Christmas here, and hope you guys both have a great Christmas and a happy New Year, and then off into 2024, another great year for golf.
God, I hope you're right. Got our fingers crossed. Here we go. Merry Christmas, Lee, and a Happy New Year's to you and your family. And we'll catch up with you right after the first of the year.
All right. Good to see you, Mike. Thanks,
You
Dave.
bet. Have a good
All right,
rest of the week.
All right.
Hey, folks,
Good night.
listen, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. Don't go away. Texas Gulf Insider podcast. We'll be right back.
Old friend, our hearts know you. You welcome us with open arms. Your stories are our favorites to retell. And you love surprising us with new ones. Our family treasures these moments with you. And your sugar white sand.
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience in 2023? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy the golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comel River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Kick off after hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman, Dave Roberts. Hey, let's go to wrap this thing up. Before we do it, though, there's an opportunity to win a year's supply of Pro V1s. Yeah, that's a sleeve of golf balls every week, but you can't win unless you go to the TexasGolfInsider.com. And we're going to have a drawing here, our first show, and I believe it's going to be the 2nd of January. We're going to announce the winner. Now you got to be on the show here. We're trying to get some eyeballs here. So we're going to send out an e-blast to everybody who signed up. And right now we had several thousand people that signed up for it. So it's very cool. And not only that, but you get a free subscription in 2024 to the Texas Golf Insider. And our digital magazine is very cool, very interactive, commercials, interviews, and it's been a lot of fun putting that together. So we got both sides covered. If you want to get it on the ground, go to the golf shop. If you want to get it in the air, man, jump online. We'll get it to you every month. And we can do some inserts with new stories every month, which is our plan to do. So make sure you go, TexasGolfInsider.com. Sign up. Hey, folks, listen, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank Lee Smith, taking some time out, Steve Habel, and all of those guys are either writing or working in the retail store. So, and folks, listen, if you're thinking about a gift, make sure you put Edwin Watts on your list. You won't be disappointed, man. Service is outstanding as well. And folks, I want to thank everybody for watching during the week. You know, we boost it out every Thursday morning, let it run for a week. And you guys have been sharing with a lot of people and downloading it during the week. So we want to thank you very much for doing that. And, you know, as long as you guys keep doing that, Dave and I are going to keep doing this because we really like it. It's one of our favorite hours. Gravy, I want to thank you for always coming on in. I'm glad to see you're back in the States again. Johnny G, we couldn't make this all happen without Johnny G from GA Media, who is taking us to another level in what we do during the week. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. That's it for us tonight. Golf After Hours, we'll be back next week. Until then, rain or shine.
Book your tee times, but not during the
Cheers. Have a
Cowboy
great
game.
rest of the week, people.
Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys look good too.
Man, them Portland.